Kilalanin natin ang official, new and improved complete lineup ng bagong team ngayon sa PBA na Pureblends Titanmax para sa PBA 50th All Filipino Cup. Point guards: Fran Yu, 5'9", 154 pounds, 28 years old, 5.3 points, 1.4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.1 steals, 40% 3-point shooter, 50% free throw shooter in his Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. Brian Sahonia, new player via Pba 39th draft pick, 5'11", 175 pounds, 28 years old, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.8 steals, 0.5 blocks, 28% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his 2024 Pinoy Liga Cup averages. Kenny Roger Rocacurva, new player via PBA 68 draft pick, 6 feet, 180 pounds, 26 years old, 11 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 31% 3-point shooter, 72% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Robin Nave, new player via PBA 75th draft pick, 5'11", 178 pounds, 26 years old, 7.3 points, 3 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 35% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Tricky Peromingan, new player via PBA 77th draft pick, 5'11", 175 pounds, 28 years old, 4.3 points, 2.8 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 20% 3-point shooter, 76% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Shooting guards: James Kwekotay, 6'2", 182 pounds, 27 years old, 3 points, 0.5 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.3 blocks, 66% 3-point shooter, 70% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Jeric Balanza, 6'1", 190 pounds, 29 years old, 2 points, 0.5 rebounds, 0.2 assists, 0.3 steals, 25% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. CJ Austria, new player via PBA 16th draft pick, 6'3", 195 pounds, 23 years old, 4.8 points, 2.3 rebounds, 1.1 assist, 26% 3-point shooter, 55% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. JJ Gisalem, new player via PBA 50th draft pick, 6'1", 185 pounds, 26 years old, 6.7 points, 1.7 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 31% 3-point shooter, 61% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Small forwards: Joshua Munson, team captain, star player, 6'4", 200 pounds, 29 years old, 19.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 1.9 steals, 0.4 blocks, 36% 3-point shooter, 78% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Chris Coon, new player via PBA 4th draft pick, 6'5", 209 pounds, 23 years old, 7.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 0.5 steals, 33% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his UAAP 87th season averages. Jonas Tibayan, new player via PBA 58th draft pick, 6'3", 205 pounds, 26 years old, 5.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 21% 3-point shooter, 54% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Kobe Bryant Pablo, new player via PBA 64th draft pick, 6'4", 189 pounds, 23 years old, 5.1 points, 3.9 rebounds, 0.9 steals, 33% 3-point shooter, 42% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Power forwards, Kevin Abueva, veteran star, 6'3", 209 pounds, 37 years old, 8.3 points, 5.3 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.5 blocks, 20% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Sydney Onubere, 6'4", 210 pounds, 32 years old, 7.7 points, 5 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 22% 3-point shooter, 47% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. JerAve, new player via trade, 6'7", 193 pounds, 29 years old, 1.3 points, 2.6 rebounds, 0.1 block, 57 field goal percentage, 100% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Kent Aryar, new player via PBA 72nd draft pick, 6'3", 198 pounds, 26 years old, 10.8 points, 9.3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.4 blocks, 18% 3-point shooter, 61% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Centers, Cade Flores, 6'5", 214 pounds, 26 years old, 9.7 points, 6.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1.3 steals, 14% 3-point shooter, 52% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Dami Contapay, 6'5", 220 pounds, 27 years old, 4.6 points, 3.3 rebounds, 0.5 assists, 0.1 steal, 35% 3-point shooter, 100% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Justin Chua, new player via trade, 6'6", 232 pounds, 36 years old, 3.5 points, 1.9 rebounds, 0.3 assists, 33 field goal percentage, 50% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Mark Sanko, new player via PBA 28th draft pick, 6'5", 200 pounds, 26 years old, 5.9 points, 4.7 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 30% 3-point shooter, 37% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Ito ang official new and improved complete lineup ng Pureblends Titanmax para sa PBA 50th o Filipino Cup. Sa tingin nyo mga kababos, independent team kaya ang Pureblends o bagong farm team din ito? I-comment nyo na po yan sa baba.